So hello, well, this is my D3D4 season predictions. This is Gloversfanstv.
Oh, and it's an opening goal! What a start! Well, that's a lovely ball for Dawson. What a chance! And what a start for Yeovil!
I am going to head over Football Manager 2018 predicting the League 2 season prediction table. So yeah, let's get right into it. Oldham, bottom. Now, my bottom two are quite controversial, but out of last season's teams, I don't see any team other than like Carlisle getting relegated because Carlisle have lost Keith Curle, and Keith Curle did wonders for them. Got in the playoffs. I mean, there was that time where they were top of the league for like 16 games unbeaten or whatever. And Carlisle should be in League 1 by now, and without Keith Curle, I'm not expecting too much from Carlisle from this fee. So they're 23rd, and Oldham, new boys. As of the last 2, 3, 4 seasons, new players. Teams that have been relegated from League 1 have not fared the League 2 at all. I've made a few controversial signings. Jose Baxter's come back from his drug ban. Giles Coke is there as well. He's played for Sheffield Wednesday. Quite a few old players as well. You know that's what's interesting. They've not got players like John Akinde and they're like Lincoln City, for example. So, you know that sort of League 2 experience. In 22nd place, I have Morecambe. Now, I was for days I was thinking, because I've been planning this prediction for a while, I was thinking Morecambe to go down, Morecambe to go down. But Jim Bentley, he's been there for 8 years. You know, he's kept them up multiple times, and they got new owners now, and they've finally got money. And I put him back down this morning because they loaned out Adam Campbell to Carlisle, funnily enough. 21st, we have Macclesfield. Again, I was thinking about putting Macclesfield getting relegated. They've lost their key players from their promotion last season. I know they won the conference over Tranmere, but I think Tranmere were a lot better than them. So yeah, Macclesfield come 21st place. They've lost their key players. They've lost their manager that got them promoted. So yeah, not looking great for Macclesfield, but I reckon they'll stay up. 20th, we've got Crewe. Crewe are a mediocre side, aren't they? You know, they're another team that went down from League 1 and struggled. They've lost Chris Dagnall, who was a good striker for that one, and they got Jordan Bowery and the other one, Chris Porter, I think is the other striker. Obviously, Crewe are going to stay where they are. They haven't made significant enough signings underneath David Artell to push up the table. But I keep them a solid 20th place, they're going to stay up. So 19th, another controversial place, with Exeter City. And I know some Exeter fans do watch this, so have a go at me if you want. But you've lost your saviour, Paul Tisdale. So you've lost Paul Tisdale. I'm expecting you to be in the bottom half of the table. Not only have you lost him, you've lost some of your key players like Jordan Moore-Taylor to Paul Tisdale, who's now managing MK Dons. You know, the divisional rival who your manager is now gone to, and you've lost quite a few players to MK Dons. So sorry, Exeter. Yeah, 19th. Now on 18th, I got Cheltenham Town. Now I was thinking about putting them around playoffs this past week, but then Mohamed Isa has left them. He's gone to Bristol City, so Gary has sold him to Lee. Isa, I don't really know how to pronounce it. He's a solid striker, really fast, poacher sort of thing in Football Manager terms. I'll get on to Football Manager later. Now in 17th, I've got my team, Yeovil Town. We've got solid midfield signings now. We've got City Dalmeida, who looks insane. It's a really, really good centre midfielder, box to box, not afraid to get stuck in for a tackle. He has some long shots as well, like Lewis Wing 2.0, pretty much. We've got Reece Cole from Brentford. He's really good at Football Manager, and he's really good potential. I've spoken to quite a few Brentford fans about it as well. Promising. You've already got Jake Gray. Santos as excellent in pre-season. Bailey is coming back in November or so. You've got Alex Patterson, who's on loan from Middlesbrough. He's looking really good as well. I'd be interested to see how these players play in the midfield. On the wings, we've lost Otis Khan. But we've got Wes McDonald, he's a new signing, not seen him play, be interested to see him play. You've got Johan Arquin, again, he impressed on trial in pre-season, so that's a good signing for us. You've got Dialang Jayasimi. In pre-season, DJ has looked really promising up front. I know I've said it before, but he's one of my favourite signings in the side along with Sessi. And defensively, touch wood, kept Tom James because his West Brom deal fell through. Some people are saying personal terms, some people are saying he's not fit enough, so he failed his medical. But we've kept hold of Tom James. Obviously, Suomi signed a new 2-year deal. Mugabe, still here, is a solid player as well. And then Carl Dickinson, who I've been impressed with at left back. He's a good left back, strong physical, good leader as well, good team leader. And Gary Watt, I haven't seen much of, but he's experienced, good team leader. I'm excited to see him play this season as well. Other than the fact we've lost Otis Khan, we've strengthened. So you're able to finish 17th. In 16th, in 16th I have Bury. Don't know much about Bury, but they're a new team, as in got relegated from League One, and League One teams don't fare well because they're against the prediction, and they've apparently got like a new manager or something, I don't know, but Bury, mid-table. Newport, again, Newport will be mid-table, they're not going to get playoffs, not going to get relegated, they're safe from relegation, and they've got a good side. They've lost Ben Tozer, but they brought in quite a few players from Bristol City on loan. Matty Dolan's still there, I think. So yeah, they've got Joe Day, their keeper, really good keeper actually. So yeah, that's a solid signing for Newport. That's a solid placing for Newport, that is there. 14th, I've Cambridge. Again, carrying the theme. These teams, they could make a playoff push, but they're not, in my opinion, they're not good enough to make the playoffs. So Cambridge United, I think they've lost Mehdi Alito. He's sort of like a Jordan Greencourt kind of player, and they're just mediocre. Cambridge, we've beaten them this season, or last season we beat them, and I don't think they've made significant signings for them to push into a playoff contender. So yeah, Cambridge United 14th. 13th again, Stevenage, mediocre. Stevenage, did they sell off Matt Godden? Was he moved on? So they've lost Matt Godden now. He's moved to Peterborough. So that's a loss for them. So their side did look quite promising, but obviously Godden's gone as well now. And yeah, they're just mediocre again. So 13th place. Now we're up to the top half of the table now. So these are sides I expect to push a playoff between 12th and 8th. So in 12th we've got Grimsby Town. Grimsby, they were, let's put it this way, diabolical last season, and they still beat us 4-1. So Grimsby, they were poor. JJ Hooper did nothing, but they got a new manager who's turned things around. He had an excellent run at the end of last season. I mean, they've lost Zach Mills, but they've some really good players coming in. So Grimsby, I think, will push on and come 12th and just miss out the playoffs, but they'll have a good season, I think. 11th, continuing the theme, Port Vale are, well, they were average last season as well. They were around where we were in the league, but they had a good finish this season. And Neil Aspin, he played, I think I read this morning, he had 400 games as a player at Port Vale. They got Ricky Miller, who in non-league he was an outstanding player, but for Peterborough he didn't perform. So it'll be interesting when he drops down level to see if he can get the goals. They're not the best team, not the worst team, Okay, so now it gets interesting. Forest Green, I think they've become 10th, and considering they were in the relegation battle last year, 10th, you may think, sounds a bit much, but at the moment they've kept hold of Christian Deutsch, they've kept hold of Reece Brown, their key players. They've signed Liam Shepherd from Peterborough, solid signing, he's good when he played for us. They've got Carl Winchester from Cheltenham, yeah, and I think they've got George Williams as well from who played for Fulham. That's an excellent player they've got there. So Forest Green to finish 10th. So 9th is Northampton. They've got Aaron Pierre, solid centre back when he's at Wickham there. They've got Sam Foley, they've got Sam Hoskins. They've got quite a few extra players in there. They've got Billy Waters as well. These players have League 2 experience. Billy Waters, especially when he played for Cheltenham. In 8th place, I have Tranmere Rovers. Tranmere, well, you could say they're you can't really say much about them, but they did very well last season in the conference. They got some good signings. They kept most of their good players. They got the manager in as well. They've kept a manager, which Macclesfield haven't done. And similar to how Lincoln did last season, they were always in the top echelons of National League, and they're ready for League 2 football now. So Tranmere to finish 8th. Now my playoff predictions: in 7th, I've Crawley. Now Crawley, I think they last season one of the worst teams I've seen at Huish Park in the last few seasons, actually, to be honest with you. But Harry Kewell is a good manager. I did this video last season. I said Harry Kewell's record at Watford was appalling, and Crawley would have come bottom of the league. That's what I said. And didn't they come up mid-table? Yeah, this season they've signed a lot of players that are used to this league. Ollie Palmer. They've signed George Frankham from Wimbledon. He's a solid midfielder. Ollie Palmer, like I said, Dominic Polion from Bradford City. That is a solid signing for this league. Reece Grego Cox from Woking. I think he's played for QPR Youth Academy before. Yeah, he has. That's actually a solid signing. Felipe Moraes from Bolton. He was a solid player in the League One, the Championship for Bolton Wanderers. Roman Vincelo as well from Bradford. That's a really good signing for Crawley. And David Sesse from Watford, again, the right back. They've brought in some amazing players, similar to like what Mansfield did last season, which is, you know, why I don't think they'll win the league or anything like that, but they'll do well. Swindon, good team. Phil Brown as manager, solid season they're going to have. That's all I can say. They've got some good players in there. Swindon 6th. 5th, Mansfield. I mean, they've taken out this car off us, haven't they? Mansfield will do a Flitcroft finish the project that Steve Evans started. That's the big question. And yes, I think he will get them into the playoffs. I don't know if they got promoted or not, but there you go. Mansfield Town will get in the playoffs. Otis Khan, solid signing. Tyler Walker from them as well, solid signing. I need to stop saying the word solid, don't I? But a really good signing, Tyler Walker as well. So, you know. 5th and 4th, controversial one, Colchester. They've signed Harry Pell from Cheltenham. Cheltenham will miss Harry Pell, so I thought to say that earlier. They've got some other good players in as well, and last season they could have gone up. They could have gone up last season as well, Colchester, but they had quite a few injuries at the start of the season. So yeah, 4th, Colchester United, and that goes into the top 3. In 3rd, I have Paul Tisdale's MK Dons. They are a good side, and I know most fans hate them. I hate MK Dons. But they're a lot of money, they spent it, and they've got League 2 experienced players like Jordan Moore-Taylor, like I said. And Moore, the Swindon goalkeeper. I don't think they'll win the league. I think that's another club's doing. But MK Dons come 3rd. Paul Tisdale to finally get promoted out of League 2. Not a better to know with MK Dons. There you go. And 2nd, Notts County. Notts County, they've got quite a few good players in. They had a good season last season. They said they dropped off, and I don't even think they made the playoffs, but they were top for quite a lot of last season. They had a good run. Kevin Nolan's a good manager. He is a good player as well, so he knows his stuff. He's got good contacts as well. So yeah, Notts County, I think they'll come 2nd now. They'll automatic promotion, and they'll be in League 1 next season. And then the top of the cherry is Lincoln City. They last season got into the playoffs, I think like 4th, 5th or something like that. They had or might be 7th actually. Anyway, they had a good season last season. The first season they've kept the Cowley brothers. They've signed John Akinde. They've got a really good attacking core there. So Matt Reed, Matt Green, John Akinde will fire Lincoln to the top of the league. That's my prediction done. So let's move over to Football Manager, eh? I'll see you in a minute. Where's OBS? I don't want video. Do I? No, they're the wrong one. Why is my thing black then? Hello. So as you can see here, I have the Football Manager predicted table. So they've gone with Newport to come bottom. I'm surprised by that actually. Newport have a good side. I really don't think Newport will come bottom. It says that Matt Dolan is their key player. Josh Sean as well. They've got Macclesfield to go down as well. So it's similar to like what I was saying. Macclesfield, I don't think they'll have a good season, but I think they'll be around the relegation zone. But I don't think they'll go down there. Then they've gone with me by saying Carlisle at the bottom end of the table. They think they're gonna miss relegation by 5 points. And yeah, you know, that'll be a shocker. But Carlisle has a bad season. I'm telling you now. Cheltenham, they also think to be down in the bottom, like I said. Lost Isa, lost Pell, yeah. And they got Grimsby, which is a lot lower than I predicted them. I predicted them 12th. Yeah, Stevenage again, I predicted them 13th. So those sort of teams, that sort of area of the table, mid-table, is unpredictable. You know what team's going to be there, but you don't know you don't know where they're going to place. So, Crewe 18th, that's similar to where I put them. Tranmere have only finished 17th, that's surprising to where I finished, put them as 8th. Morecambe to have a better season than I predicted. Forest Green to do worse as well. Colchester not to make the playoffs. Notts County to finish 13th. Now that is a big shock. That is really a big shock. Crawley to finish 12th. That's a shock for me as well. Northampton, Cambridge, Port Vale, around where I thought they would finish. Oh God, I'm the Queen, yeah. Yeah, Northampton, Cambridge, Port Vale, around where I thought they'd finish. Mansfield and Exeter. Exeter were doing a lot better than I expected. Mansfield just missing out on the playoffs. Bury and Oldham to get in the playoffs. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's what I actually think is going to happen. Lincoln City to come 4th. That's similar to what I predicted. Yeovil to finish 3rd. Now, tell you what, if that happens, I'll be one happy man. If that happens, I'll be very surprised. Zoko to finish, Jerkin to score 19 goals, Alex Fisher to score 13, Jordan Green 6, Arquin 5. They've got a new sign, Daniel Udo there. He's a striker. Yeah, solid season. Best player on the team, Zoko. Connor Furlong, again a new signing. Having not in real life, but on FM, a predicted signing. Having a good season. Jake Gray in there, having a good season. Gary Warren, having a good season as well. Sessi didn't do that good, but he still had a right season. Leading the league in assists, DJ, 4 goals, 9 assists. That's quite good. Anyway, yeah. And then Swindon and MK Dons, the top 2. So similar to where I predicted them. And that just leaves us for, top scorer Alex Ravel from Stevenage, 28 goals, ahead of Mavadidi from Bury. That's it. That's my predictions for this season versus Football Manager predictions for this season. We'll see how they come and go in the season, and at the end of the season, I'll do a video and I'll compare my predictions to Football Manager. So there's my League 2 predictions. This is Gloversfanstv. I'm Sam, and we will see you for the Aston Villa vlog because we're away when Mansfield happens. At least I don't get to see Otis Carney Park. It'd be quite sad. Anyway, thank you, and we'll see you on the 15th of August, the day after the Aston Villa game.